Coco saying second breakfast food. I would go for that right now too.
Yeah, I mean, when you brought up that they were going to run 3 support slasher, I was going to mention that I kind of disagreed with you, and it does not look like they will be running 3 supports. I imagine that Hulk will be playing some sort of DPS, might even run a 76 here too, but Harry Hook will be playing that Symmetra, so he's not going to be running a Lucio. They probably aren't even going to run a single Lucio here. The reason you see them there is to get Hulk out there as quickly as possible, but Hook is going to be running that Symmetra. Taimu is going to be on Widow, like you called. Tailspin will be running the Junkrat. Internet Hulk will be on McCree. Coco on Reinhardt's. Chips on Mercy.
Yeah, and they do need Harry Hook to play the Symmetra instead of Hulk, because they need Hulk to have some more damage in. On offense, I think that's pretty standard. Kai is going to shoot arrows out of spawn and go back and switch with Zarya more than likely.
So taking a look here at the full offensive roster as they set up, we're going to have Grego on the Lucio, Reaver on the Widowmaker, Adam on Mercy, Kai on the Zarya, Debit on Reinhardt, and Cheer4 on McCree. So, you know, Kai busting out the Zarya quite a bit today, and it's not bad either in the sense that even though we haven't seen huge gravitons for most of the day, it can be a big breaker on the points like point A here in Hollywood if all else fails. And here we go for Reaver. Reaver almost getting picked off by Taimu, is picked off by Internet Hulk in the end after going down to 5 HP. So a very aggressive defense coming out yet again here for the side of EnVy.
Yeah, EnVy is the only team really today to hold past this arch. Some teams will play a little bit at it, but it can be a little bit of a risky gambit, especially Harry Hook cannot be out here past the shield doing what he's doing. That was very risky.
Yep, Reinhardt going in. Reinhardt, that was one of the funniest ragdolls I've seen, but what's not funny for EnVy is how much Cheer4 just got done there. A double kill for Cheer4, going in, getting more, going to the Deadeye up soon. Cheer4 absolutely exploding here, getting on the Widow in the back, down he goes. It's like 4 overall kills for Cheer4 on this. About to have a Deadeye, could be dropping it here any moment as C9 making some progress, but Tailspin ending Cheer4's reign of terror, and C9 has not grabbed this point just yet.
They might be able to hold. This is very back and forth. Harry did die towards the end there without dropping a teleporter, so the reinforcements aren't going to quite be there, but there's enough presence on the point that he's going to be able to spawn, get the teleporter down. It's a hold for the defense.
That's an MVP play by Chip. Brings in the entire team after Cloud9 has 5 players able to keep Coco alive. He gets 3 kills, and that is allowing EnVy to hold up to this beat.
Internet Hulk able to take it down. There will be no res here. 4C9. In comes the tire. Looking for whatever it can get, and no, it's going to run into a Zarya with shield. No point blowing it up. You just give her a shield, and not the best tire, but these things do happen.
I was going to say I liked their patience of not really responding to Debit, who was walking on the point trying to bait them out of position, but Debit just walked through the house, took down Harry and his teleporter because no one responded to him.
And so far, Taimu has been winning the Widow battle, and Tailspin has been really able to hold down the choke point with his spam.
Yeah, I mean, Tailspin's got a lot more Junkrat value here than we've seen for most of the day, making the plays happen. Taimu now looking for some pickoffs. Coco takes out Cheer4 on the defense. EnVy defense still holding strong, as Taimu now looking for some pickoffs. Will he be able to get them? Does take down Kai. Resurrection, though, going to bring up those fallen heroes for the C9 side, but in general, I like the aggression that EnVy is bringing on their defense. It's working out. They're getting the pickoffs, and C9 is in a bit of trouble here as EnVy looks absolutely reinvigorated after their match with Reunited.
I am ready to resurrect you.
Now Kai finally has his ult, and that's going to be now a big opportunity for them to get something done.
Barrier is on you.
Okay, guy looking for what he can get here. Will get a lot of ult charge there. Could drop the ultimate at any point here. Trying to melt Mercy. Not going to drop the ult. Looking for a little bit more value if you can get it. In comes McCree. Graviton out in the corridor. Cheer4 going to have the follow-up. Makes the Resurrection get burned immediately, and that's the problem. Mercy Res can sort of nullify those big Zarya plays, but it doesn't matter as they're still killing people left, right, and center. C9 coming in force. As Cheer4 now in the back trying to take out Taimu. Doesn't kill him with that fan. I think he had a little bit of bad RNG there. Did finally take him out with the second fan. And though C9 is in a better position here, will it happen? Will EnVy dive on this point, or will they just secure the Streets phase?
They're just going back to Streets. This teleporter's been down for a while. Harry Hook switched to Lucio, not a decent amount of time ago, and if they weren't able to kill Adam before that res came off, they were going to lose that fight. They were unable to do it. He died immediately afterwards, but it was just a little bit too late. Now, look at this quick transition, though. The offense runs into double Winston immediately. Short jumps onto Genji. They are ready. They're changing composition specifically for this stage. This is why they're top.
Yep, they are moving in over the top. Coco now looking for an extra Earth Shower if he can get. Tailspin was able to take out Cheer4. C9 definitely looking a little bit winded right now as they go through Streets phase. Envy in a very good position here, but look at Reaver. Reaver looking for pickoffs, but no, Taimu going to take him out. The Taimu-Reaver battle continues.
And I think Taimu's actually won the 1-1 battle so far in Hollywood. Yeah, that's really what has kept the aggressiveness for Envy.
But Reaver's so used to winning this that he's not really timing it right. He really shouldn't have even poked out before his Winstons went up and took an aggressive stance up there to distract. See, now his Winstons went up, distracted. He was able to hit a grapple shot on time.
Reaver going off, had a beautiful grapple shot, takes out Tailspin as well, taking out two of the biggest threats on the defending team. Chips not able to get a resurrection off here. He was dead. So pretty good opportunity here for C9 as they move over. Reaver right now totally uncontested on the top, looking for extra pickoffs. Kyle and Grego going in deep. And now Taimu versus Reaver about to happen here. This is going to decide a lot for the next part of this. And he takes out Taimu. Taimu not even looking at him.
Yeah, Short was in there with the distraction. Reavers really just has to understand that he can do a lot of work, but he doesn't have to do it alone. You don't have to just challenge Taimu 1v1. That's why you have teammates. And really, when his teammates are in the fight, he's just taking advantage of it.
Cheer4 coming in. Sound barrier is down, doing a lot of damage here. C9 still on the prowl. Really, everyone getting in on this. Envy going down in spades. Taimu does get one pick off, but he has Cheer4 directly behind him. Down he goes.
And Chips get
C9,
in
after a bit of a rough start, really getting going in their favor.
And Envy's, they went double Winston to counter Cloud9 double Winston, and it has not worked out as well. Now, they had decent success in the winner's bracket final, usually with just one on Internet Hulk and Tailspin playing DPS, so we'll have to see if they're able to mount a decent defense here.
Cheer4 right now laying in the poke, almost has a Dragon Blade, and that's the real danger here. You know he's not killing anyone, he's charging his ultimate. Dragon Blade, incredibly effective. Here comes Envy though, pushing the issue here, really getting in on C9. Taimu able to take out Adam, but here comes the Dragon Blade. Cheer4 wanting to turn this in his favor, gets one kill, looking for more in the back, gets the Winston, won't be a triple, gets the triple, makes it a quad in fact. Cheer4 going absolutely insane there. Beautiful play, and this should help C9. Still not all over yet for Envy though, as they have two tanks in the point and they are stalling a great deal.
That should have gone 200 shades of wrong for Cloud9 right there, as Adam died immediately, but they did bring it back. They were able to kill Chips and stall out this fight. Now Adam's going to be back in the fray here momentarily.
Have to do the sound barrier coming out here for the defense. Defense getting in on it. They do have to back out a bit as Reaver landing his shots, now regulating on McCree. Earthshower comes down from the defense, so will that be enough? Coco trying to get the kills. Will take out Reaver, but he's immediately resurrected. C9 really is feeling it right now. They want to end this right here, right now. Time-wise, they are running up against a silver timer. They can get it, though. They just need one more good push.
I think that's going to solidify it. So as soon as Reaver goes off of Widow and goes on to McCree, he's able to get 3 big kills. And just as we talked about all day long, Adam has played Mercy beautifully. Another huge res at the end. Made sure that they got the victory. I think this is probably the very beginning of on point A.
Yep, you are not wrong, and this was a beautiful resurrection that really brought them back into it. Anytime you get 4-person res in a game like this, it's huge, especially if there's not immediate punishment for that resurrection. And good play from Chips.
Yeah, Coco got 2 big kills off of that, too, to keep the time going.
Well, they did get under 8, so silver medal time there.
I mean, you just saw how difficult it was for Envy to deal with once Cloud9 went double Winston, because to be honest, Taimu won the battle against Reaver.
Yeah.
Reaver, I think, got a little bit frustrated after losing the first 2 picks, and then he would do things, as he was mentioned, Hex, like he would peek before the Winstons would jump in. He got a little too aggressive there, and I think once they were finally able to get the momentum going, it was very hard to stop that.
Well, Reaver's not used to being outclassed on sniper. I mean, he's been one of the best, if not the best sniper in North America for a very long time. Now that Taimu is in the region with him and doesn't have to play with different pings, he's gonna have some battles on his sleeve. So, but he adapted though. Then he did finally play a little safe. He did take advantage of when Taimu was distracted to get those kills. You don't have to be the hero sniper. You got to be the smarter sniper.
Now we've seen Grego go Torb several times on defense on this map. It looks like they're gonna pretty much run what they've been running before. Kai being on Symmetra and only had him Adam on support, but he may, more than likely, he's gonna go back to Mercy after he boosts out Kai. Now on offense, I'm really interested to see what EnVyUs gonna run. They have run Pharah on Tailspin the majority of the time to try to open up space and get shots in, and having Tailspin go Pharah and Taimu doing Widow seems like a really good plan, but they've also run Taimu on McCree too, just as sort of standard. McCree is really good. McCree can kill anything. So I think both plays are an option.
Yeah, I think one reason why you don't want to run Pharah, especially knowing that this is the Cloud9 defense that they typically run, is that if Pharah comes over the wall, she's got to not only try to deal with Reaver and get him off, or get him off of the perch to deal with that, but then if he lands, he's not even going to have enough in his clip to deal with Grego's turret, which is always in that back corner too. So going against both a Widowmaker and a Torb as Pharah is absolutely brutal, because, I mean, a turret's not going to miss any of its shots.
All right, so looking here at the defense coming out from C9. Defense that wants to hold strong and put this match away if they can. It's going to be Debit on the Reinhardt, Reaver on the Widowmaker, Grego on Torbjorn, Surefour on McCree, Kai on Symmetra, Adam on the Mercy. Double builder defense holding strong here for C9. Swerve their thing on Hollywood, but not holding that strong. Tailspin comes in, picks up the quick double, and is already wreaking havoc with Taimu. The McCrees of Envy setting the tone here early on Hollywood.
That's first point.
No resurrections coming out. Adam just got taken out. That was Taimu and Tailspin high-fiving each other as they move in and just take out the entirety of the C9 team.
Yeah, well, here's the silver lining. Cloud9's going to be really set up on these rooftops.
See, now I theorize about, the Pharah and the Widow combo, but double McCree, that thing is actually pretty good.
Oh my goodness, that's the fastest I've ever seen that point taken, ever.
It was a really quick timing. It started with a quick pick by Tailspin and just went from there. Reaver, though, getting some revenge, able to take out Taimu. And I don't think C9's gonna make them easy on them at all. They immediately dive in after that pick, looking to add on to their gains. Debit, though, charging a little bit aggressively. In trouble now, might get taken out. Not dead just yet, but both teams really fighting it out here. And we'll see if this rushing pays off for C9. Debit, though, is finally going to go down. Reaver in the back looking for some pickoffs if he can get them. And here comes Surefour with the Dragon Blade being unleashed, slicing down Winston. That's one kill. Can he get more? Moving in over the top, going for Internet Hulk. Gonna have to put the blade away, but still not too shabby coming up from Surefour here. We'll take out the Internet Hulk here in just a moment. And the payload not even moving all that much in the end. And a beautiful point-blank right-click reflects the flashbang. Surefour taking matters into his own hands.
When Surefour has gone Genji, it really seems like, he's been pretty successful at it. I mean, if you mentioned Hex earlier, he's been playing it all since the first beta phases. He got initially known as probably one of the best Genjis in North America, and he can still bring it out at any time, and he creates so much space for the team, especially Reaver, to do his thing. It's very hard to deal with, and I think Taimu going on Widow to counter is going to be necessary.
All right, so here you go. Debit with the Earth Shatter on top. Could drop down any moment. Has to deal with the Winston, though. Internet Hulk leaping up, immediately getting knocked down, deciding, doesn't want any part of that. Debit, though, in a good position. Could drop down for a big Earth Shatter. Looking for that right now. Waiting for the shield to go down. Not able to get it. Tailspin takes him out just in the nick of time. And now a really big opportunity here for Envy as they move forward. Going to take out Adam.
Res did go off, so Reaver's back in the mix as he went down early, but now they're bleeding players. Adam and Debit both down. Surefour does use his ultimate.
Uses the ultimate. They are going in, and this is not bad at all here for the side of Envy. Finally getting some good momentum after an incredibly good point A cap. They've been sort of stalled out, but this is what they've needed. And now Internet Hulk going even deeper, activating the Primal Rage and keeping people knocked back.
Yeah, Harry Hook was briefly on his second Winston, but again, another guy who's just super comfortable on his hero of choice, and that would be Lucio. Back on Lucy.
Surefour right now trying to take out Tailspin. The Genji McCree duel is absolutely real. Surefour being pretty evasive, using wall climb to his advantage, getting up there. Still though, Envy pushing forward with quite a bit of force right now.
I mean, Envy pushed in that left side to push ahead of spawn, and that was allowed them to get that checkpoint. And that was such a big move because now they have a good chance to gain the sub 5-minute time.
Yeah, it was one of the biggest benefits of running a Winston. Now, he doesn't do a ton of damage. The ultimate doesn't do much damage at all, but the ultimate locks places down, and especially with choke points where teams are trying to reinforce, often you see the last points of payload, but it works just as well in second and third points as well.
We do see the Deadeye here coming out from Tailspin. Tailspin looking for any value. Taimu on the offensive Widow gets the double pick there, opening things up, and now Envy in the driver's seat, moving forward. Gold medal time is in their sights if they can just get a few more pickoffs here. But Surefour now on the prowl, almost has Dragon Blade. He's been a huge boon to the C9 defense here. He's gonna get the health pack just in time, looking for Taimu in the back. Will he get him? Dragon Blade on the way. Ashes in again. But gonna get a Winston punch to the face.
And during that time, Envy was pushing the cart.
Envy right now getting on top of the cart, trying to make this their final push. Tailspin with the kill on the debit, looking for a little bit more if he can get it. Certainly all the momentum with Envy right now. Down goes another play for C9 as Tailspin earning health, going absolutely crazy on the payload. And now C9 just in a desperate delay situation. They only need a delay for a few more seconds here if they want to preserve this time.
I think they have. So.
I think they might have the delay. I think it's right on the margins.
So close.
So
That is incredibly
there
close.
At the end, but I would say a pretty solid offense coming out of Envy. And that first point to take point A was definitely one of the fastest I have also ever seen.
It might be mathematically pretty much the fastest you can do, unless you're just running 6 tracers unopposed.
You know, for as much praise as I give Cloud9 on this map, I actually really like the aggressive defense that Envy has been playing on point A. They caught Cloud9 off guard, and they caught Reunited in our previous series off guard because they didn't. You know, most teams don't think at this high level that you're going to have a boosted Widow there in a micropub matchmaking game, and that definitely did work.
And with a Reinhardt out there too, I mean, it's essentially risk-free. You're going to take some damage on the shield, but now by the time that you run back to your initial first point hold, that shield's going to be regenerated anyway. So you're just letting your Widow take free shots, and really there's no risk. The only risk was when Harry Hook kind of peeked outside of the shield. You can't lose your Symmetra early, of course, but it allows him to throw down orbs and get spammed down too. It's all reward, very, very little risk to hold out there, as long as you know to retreat at the right time. And they didn't get too greedy with it. They never got punished for being out there too long because they left as soon as the other team started to make any sort of progress towards them.
Alrighty, so next map is going to be coming up. It will be Watchpoint Gibraltar. This is a map that C9 has been very good on, but we saw Envy put up a very good Gibraltar performance earlier today, so really any team could grab it as we move into the second map here of our grand finals. C9, of course, in winner's bracket. EnVyUs trying to come back from the loser's bracket and reset the set. It's kind of funny. Envy, of course, this term has gone a little bit longer than expected. A little bit overruns all the rest. So on one hand, Envy wants to reset everything. On the other hand, it's like, but then we have to play another best of 5.
Yeah,
but for the viewers, I mean, buckle in because we have a whole bunch of great Overwatch ahead of us here tonight.
For me, it is if Envy's going to be playing on defense for Gibraltar, correct? Are they switching sides? CP?
Are they switching sides?
Is Envy playing
it's up to the... I think side's choice would be... So C9 picked Gibraltar. It would be EnVyUs' side choice here if they want to switch sides. But if they don't want to switch sides, then we will go in as it is right now, with C9 being on the attack first.
Because 99% C9 is running their double Winston, double Widow strat. Okay, they are going to switch.
They're switching sides. They do want to switch, so there it is. You called it.
I think,
and it's going to be EnVyUs on the attack first.
I think that's probably a smart move here. So that's going to put Cloud9 on a little bit of pressure. See what they do. They've had a pretty sick setup with Grego going Soldier for the majority of their defense thus far, and then opening up Reaver to hold it down. We saw Surefour go Bastion for a little bit earlier too. So he could go Genji, or he could be McCree, or even the second soldier as before.
Okay, so we're ready.
Alrighty.
I know that Cloud9 is ready. I'm actually going to take 30 seconds and grab something to drink. This has gone way longer. I'm getting parched, and as a caster, my voice has to be, well, not parched.
Hex. It's acceptable. I was going to make it terrible, just like, you know what, just get the drink. 30 seconds. That's the thing in casting is that you know, you talk about the players game fatigue. The casters absolutely get fatigued over a long thing. For me, I think I'm just get some sort of crazy rush of adrenaline, but it has been a great day at Overwatch. The Winners Files was absolutely insane, and the last map we just saw in Hollywood was also great. So we'll see just what C9 and EnVyUs have in store for us here today on Watchpoint Gibraltar.
Now, we've had teams, you know, had difficulty dealing with this double Widow Soldier style that Cloud9s want to play, or even double Soldier, one Widow, double Winston. And I think the best time that they've had an opponent go against them was when they forced Reaver to actually make some mistakes. So they used Grego to bait last time at the at 75 health pack all the way beneath the server room, and then Reaver hides on top and doesn't let himself get shown by any of the corners that usually are taken by offensive Widow here. But then he got impatient and then dropped down, instantly died, and that was how other teams were able to kind of pull through. Now I want to see if Reaver's going to make a little bit of an adjustment and not get impatient if no teams go above, as we see in Gibraltar, and instead just push directly below
Overwatch was shut down for
below
a
the
reason.
bridge.
Maybe it's best
I mean,
Alrighty,
right,
well, take a
right
look-
now with their queued up on offense does not look ideal against this composition. Taimu is going to have his work cut out for him. Now, I did mention earlier that I've seen Lynx against this exact composition absolutely wreck both snipers. Taimu is at that level, is capable of doing it, but they are very light on answers to Widowmakers and 76s right now.
Well, take a look here at the defense coming out from the C9 side. It's going to be Kaikai and Debit on a pair of Winstons, Grego and Reaver on a pair of Widowmakers, and Surefour on 76, Adam on Mercy. I do like the setup here from C9. We'll see if it pays off. And Surefour, of course, on 76 on Gibraltar has been an absolute beast both today and in the past.
It looks like Envy is electing to all go on the bottom, and this is when Cloud9 got a little bit antsy last time and made some mistakes.
Sniper, be careful.
Yep, they are going to reach that first checkpoint. Taimu right now being patient, looking for some pickoffs, and he is going to challenge one of those Widowmakers straight off. Or in fact, decides not to in the end. Goes for the free shots on Winston, starts poking him down, and now this is going to be the key here. Can Taimu pick off at least one of these Widowmakers right away? If he can, he could maybe get the second one and have it be a huge turnabout. And right now, Envy going in. He does get one of those Widow picks, and meanwhile on the bottom, Envy absolutely cleaning up, removing C9 from the bottom, and here we go.
Ooh, it's clean sweep. All 6 members down. Now 1 kill for Cloud9 there. That's going to give a huge advantage. That already gets the checkpoint, and Envy is going to have advantage going into the hangar phase.
Coming at you.
I
so-
cannot believe what I'm seeing. Envy is just absolutely crushing on these first points, and it seems like the answers that they had in mind, the answers that Cloud9 has used against every other team in their Overwatch career, just do not work against this Envious squad.
Well, as we talked about, it's risk and reward. So they were able to kill Adam as the very first person in that team fight, and when you only have one support and it goes down, it's very hard to win.
Yeah.
Alrighty, Tailspin right now on the attack with great positioning, stopping the defense getting in, and with the aid of Coco, takes out Reaver from long range. Envy right now absolutely bullying C9 as they're getting through the hangar phase here with extreme haste. The kill feed going all in favor of Envy here. Deadeye coming from Tailspin, not able to do as much as he wants, but he does take out Adam. Adam, though, did get the resurrection up before dying, so Reaver is back in the fight, but still C9 getting pushed back, and the momentum all in favor of EnVyUs right now.
Much like the earlier set, though, when they're targeting Adam, it forces Grego onto Lucio. Now Reaver is off of the Widow. He is on a McCree instead. Surefour is still on 76, but I think he'll be coming off it now that the ult is gone. They are very clearly on Plan B, and I think shortly they're going to have to move to Plan C.
Merci.
I mean,
They need to do something here, because the one thing in the scoring system, you do not want to give up a sub 5-minute time, especially on Watchpoint Gibraltar, where it's just necessarily harder to get that time. This is a longer map, which is why it has a longer time, but we have seen teams get sub 5-minute times on this all day, and here comes EnVyUs, and they are trying for that right now.
is on Reaver to try to do some work here.
Yep, Reaver did try and shoot Timely there, wasn't able to get it. Timely went for him, wasn't able to get that either. Both Widows little bit uncharacteristic there, and here comes Envy rushing in again. Tailspin helping to get a kill. He's going to get down right away. Still a little bit of chaos here on the point. As the payload moves forward, we do have a Deadeye coming in. Tailspin takes out Surefour with that Deadeye. And Envy swarming the card, and this could be an incredibly quick victory for Envy. C9 absolutely on fumes here. The Resurrection comes up, it's not enough. Envy's still getting the better of this. Graviton Surge comes up, can Kai kill off of this? 2 kills now for C9, they might be coming back. The Graviton could have just saved C9 there.
Huge Graviton and huge res and another huge res now from Envy, so this fight's gonna keep going.
The fight is absolutely still going. The Resurrection keeping things going. This is an absolutely nutty fight. Debit moving into the back, does have Earth Shatter on command, could drop it any moment here. As C9 now taking the initiative, pushing Envy back. Big Fire Strike kill coming out from Debit. And C9 staying alive in a situation where most teams would have folded.
That cart was a meter away from finishing the map. That is clutch all the way around. The Resurrection was absolutely huge. The Graviton Surge, finally a great one today. The nice follow-up came behind it too. Just really good play, because to open that fight, Internet Hulk knocked Reaver off the cliff and then continued to punch people around. So to bring that back from where it was is just a testament to Cloud9's resilience.
Surefour going in real deep here. EnVyUs, though, not wanting to waste any time. They want to go back in. Coco taking out Grego to start out that fight. Surefour running for his life. Devin and Surefour, though, getting some work done. Reaver with the pickoff. Resurrection coming up from Adam, going to res up all those fallen C9 heroes. Chips, his res has already been used. Deadeye, though, coming up from Tailspin, could get high value. He gets 1 kill, ends up getting taken out. Bit of a chaos here on the point, but this looks to be favoring C9.
Kai must be doing a ton of damage on Zarya to have his Graviton up yet again, and they soloed it on Hulk because they understand that Internet Hulk has been the problem for them to deal with. His solo Winston is just causing them fits.
So right now, C9 has definitely done themselves a huge favor here. It is now unlikely that EnVyUs is going to set that gold medal time, so if nothing else, they've saved themselves at least a point.
No one can hide.
I mean, Envy's had a great offense right now, but Reaver has been able to kind of stabilize, and him and Surefour have been able to get a lot of kills in the last few fights.
And Surefour just picking up the double, just as you say that, now chasing down Lucio in the back. We'll see if he's able to get him, but I mean, yes, Reaver's been doing great, Surefour's been doing great, but you have to give it up to Kai for that game-saving Graviton Surge.
Yeah, and definitely Adam, too. Adam was the one that enabled that to happen, and he continues to, I think, almost be the MVP this like entire tournament based on how Cloud9 is playing.
Alright, so
It'd be
still
hard to disagree with that. Adam has played phenomenally, and as Adam goes, so does Cloud9. When he dies early, he's not getting the support he needs. His team struggles.
Sound barriers out for both sides throwing everything they have at each other right now. Devin with the huge Earth Shatter gun, knocked down 4 people in the back, not getting all the follow-up he wants, but Reaver in the back, able to get 2 kills, does go down to a Fire Strike, of all things, as both teams now getting real scrappy on the point. Debit, W-Mouse wanting his way into the NV side, has to back up a bit, but still got quite a bit of damage done as both teams still in this, still fighting on top of this point. Tailspin behind it, looking to get an extra pick off if he can, takes out Reaver, beautiful headshot. Kai going to take out Tailspin. Resurrection up though for the offense, and this is nothing short of craziness.
Tailspin had his high noon up too. They're going to try to collapse in the doors, but Kai is still alive and around. He's going to try to get the last of the Pope. Really, they got to find Adam and deal with Adam, but he's not even going to come out of spawn.
Yep, C9 again holding strong here. That looked like a good offensive run from Envy, but C9 able to recover. They're buying themselves an enormous amount of time, and what was looking like a surefire gold medal finish here for Envy is quickly evaporating before their eyes. They will be lucky to get silver with how this is going, but ultimate-wise, C9 has a huge ult advantage right now.
He's on the momentum right now. They'd be lucky to finish this match.
Graviton surges out. Kai with a beautiful Graviton, grabs a whole bunch of people in it. Reaver and Surefour with the cleanup, as Envy is fully team wiped there.
Cloud9 is on a roll right now.
I cannot explain to people who don't play a ton of Zarya how well he is playing this Zarya right now. To have 3 Gravitons in the short amount of time he has had them means he is doing a ton of damage and shielding for his team. Kai is carrying.
Look at this, Deadeye coming out from Surefour. Value obtained, a triple kill. Participates in a 4th, and C9 with a statement there. Play the team kill horn.
I cannot believe this comeback. They were 3 feet away from ending this map.
And now I think Cloud9 has gone 20-4, 20-5 the last 4 team fights combined. The good news is, or I have a little bit of good news for NV, they will have a little bit of an ult advantage, probably in the fight after this one, unless this one goes horribly wrong again.
Well, right now they both trade off 1-for-1 to start this out, but Surefour and Reaver in the back, able to get a kill each, and the McCree play for C9, very much a point. Interesting to see Reaver come out on McCree. He was doing a lot of work on Widow, and now Taimu coming in, getting a double kill of his own. Coco piling on, and EnVy with a bit more life in their step, and now it's going to be very difficult for C9 to come back and stall this, because by the time they res, they're going to be right at the doors.
It's all on Devin. It's all on Devin. Oh, we get stopped.
Deadeyes are coming out here from both sides. Taimu taking out Debit. Reaver, though, getting a kill that he needs. Still, though, driver's seat is envious right now. As are on top, but C9 not giving up yet. Debit knocking down 4 people with that Earth Shatter.
Another
this is absolutely nutty. We'll see if it's enough. Debit on top, and C9 might be holding this again.
They're gonna, and it was because Adam got up in time to resurrected 2 people on the cart yet again.
Adam saved the game again.
Yeah.
Adam saved the game twice so far. Unbelievable plays coming out from Cloud9 to stall out this game, and EnVy really has to worry now, but now everyone's kind of back to even. No one has ult yet. I mean, very shortly. But they both can have sound barrier at the same time. This is anyone's game.
They had 2 Deadeyes to zone out, everyone alive, and they still were unable to finish that point.
Deadeye coming out here from the defense, not quite getting the value they want. Internet Hulk with the double kill. Very even team fight here. Thus far, could go either way. Resurrection coming up here for the offense, but Devitt trying to drop the Earth Shatter, can't do it, gets stunned out by Tailspin. That was a game-saving flashbang coming out from Tailspin. Now EnVy has a real shot of finishing this out. And there comes Tailspin. Deadeye connects.
Coco just had a huge combination. A 5-person Earth Shatter, then he hit 3 with a Fire Strike, protected his team during the Graviton. Coco single-handedly just won that last point. He hit every ability he had. He charged someone out and it wasn't the best charge. He Earth Shattered 5. He Fire Strike 3, which does a ton of damage. Coco with the last second carry.
I mean, what ended up looking like was going to be the best map that we've ever seen any opponent for Cloud9 this tournament, to have, like, I think a 3 or 4 minute time, ended up being Cloud9 with one of the best clutch defenses that we've seen so far.
I don't think I've ever seen anything like that in competitive Overwatch. To see a team come back from the brink of just getting absolutely obliterated to make it that good of a defense. All the props in the world to C9, although on that same note, it took a lot from EnVy to really just blaze through the map that quickly. Both teams really having good showings there. But in the end, C9 gets away by only giving up 1 point to EnVyUs on Gibraltar.
I mean, I mentioned this when we were in the winners bracket final between these 2 teams. I hope that we get to see these 2 teams play against each other forever, because these have been some of the best sets I've seen in competitive Overwatch. They are very closely matched, some of the best play. No one's really making mistakes. They're just outplaying each other by that small little bit every time. And man, I mean, a lot of times people don't think that supports get the love they deserve. I think Adam is getting all the love that he definitely deserves. He is just saving the game for him. And then Coco to come in at the end and win it as a tank. Just the play that he had on his Reinhardt at the end, hitting everything, was phenomenal too. This has been just a treat.
It's going to be really crucial to see if what EnVy can deal with this double Winston. They know the Winston's coming. It's came every single time. Surefour on Genji, also very likely with Reaver on Widow. And then, so now EnVy's got to be selective here in what they're going to do. And if what we're seeing is right so far, Taimu is going to be playing Roadhog. Harry Hook is going to be playing Diva. And Tailspin is going to be playing Hanzo. And I actually have no idea what's going on. So
This is weird. This is definitely weird. I feel like they're going to switch up. Harry Hook going on the Winston, though, so they're switching up. They are going to be running this defensive Hanzo, though. We have seen that out of Tailspin in the past. This is just one of those places where people have liked running a Hanzo here. We actually saw it at Tavik as well, back when he was playing with IDD QD, so it makes you think that this is sort of a IDD QD, now EnVyUs, of course, brainchild.
No, Taimu's going back. He was going back to spawn to change. Now he's going back to set up on D. I think EnVyUs actually a little hesitant on what they wanted to do, and then decided last minute maybe not to do it. We'll see.
It's a bit odd.
Very possible.
It is odd. There's no defensive Widow, and I guess we'll see what happens.
They're moving in right now. The defense being highly, highly aggressive for Envy here, and it's working out. Anzo trying to land some arrows, not getting too much geometry done just yet, and Kai with the double kill on Winston, punishing this aggressive defense just a little bit. I think C9 is really coming ahead on this attack here so far. I mean, I admire the aggressive defense, but it just did not work out.
They're holding way too far forward. We've seen them do this before on this map too. For some reason, they like holding far forward on the defense. They think they can reinforce quick enough, but now they're going to have Rabbit in their face, and he's joined by Kai. You really don't want these two on a Winston position where they are right now.
Here we go, Winston, Final Rage coming out. Surefour coming in with the Dragon Blade. Going to get pretty much anything he can get here. And C9 keeping the momentum up. He will take out Tailspin, but he pays a price. Internet Hulk coming right back with the double kill. And despite how good C9's offense has been, they might not have this point before the hangar just yet.
Hanzo all excited. Reaver goes ham, takes out Internet Hulk and Chips. That should be the point here eventually once they cleaned it up. King Coco off the point.
Well, Harry Hook on top of the payload, still buying a lot of time. Both Winstons now for Envy. Again, buying time. You have to kill both of them to actually move this payload. They're jumping into the air, and they are not dying. And now the rest of Envy has a chance to get back here. And that Tech Visor coming out from Internet Hulk. He is going to push this to his advantage. Moving forward, firing the Pulse Rifle. Not getting any kills on him just yet. Winston's on C9 instead doing work, and Surefour comes in with the Dragon Blade, slicing down two people as C9 turns that to their advantage. Not a bad last second hold there from Envy, but C9 holding all the cards.
Two things. One, Double Winston super good at delaying the card for like an hour or a year or like your entire lifetime. Two, I am confused of what the hell EnVyUs is doing. The initial defensive lineup was weird and did not work. They played all the way up, and then they fed ultimates to Cloud9. Even though they stalled the cart for like a minute or so, Cloud9 won that fight like 3 or 4 times decisively, and they've just been going through this map.
I generally agree with you as far as the first point. My overall feeling is the hell, man. What's going on?
We do have the offensive sound barrier coming in here from C9. C9 looking for blood, does pick up 3 quick kills here. Surefour almost has another Dragon Blade, and C9 all the momentum absolutely with them right now as they move through the hangar phase. I'm not even sure EnVyUs is going to have another shot to defend this in the hangar. They just, there's nothing even in particular. There were just Winston's went in and they cleaned up on every conceivable angle. Surefour now with the deflect is going to eat a flashbang. Gets behind Taimu. Taimu though still going to take him out in the end, and they will have one more chance here to defend this. As Taimu now going in the flank, we'll have a Deadeye up in a moment. Looking for Reaver, not able to get it just yet. Has to be aware of Debit. Good awareness, but Reaver going to take him out as C9 still applying immense amounts of pressure.
Yeah, EnVyUs is running a Reaper now. Tailspin is on the Winston, which I'm not entirely certain is the best use of his abilities. Harry Hook gets taken down before he can get that ult up, and again, just a ton of kills coming down from Cloud9.
I mean, since the very beginning of the game, I think Cloud9 on kills has gone like 40 or 50 to like 10 or something, and even in the last few minutes, it's barely been even close at all. This reminds me of the Cloud9 developer map that we had earlier.
It's like they don't know what they want to run here. They're on 3 McCrees right now. Taimu does switch to a Widow after being on McCree for 0 lives because I think they're trying to figure it out in their comms right now. This is a very sloppy game.
Yeah, EnVyUs, I mean, they got caught off guard in the beginning, and they have really struggled to recover. They have switched to the double McCree strategy, but here comes Surefour coming in with the Dragon Blade, immediately slices out Tailspin, looking for more. Will he deflect this? He does deflect the Deadeye, doesn't die to it. Beautiful play coming out from Surefour. The resurrection will come up here for Envy, but I think the damage has been done as C9 is continuing on with immense amounts of momentum.
Yeah, it's just the McCree's up now. Taimu's going to try to get some work done as he respawns. Chips is far away from a resurrection, which is odd for a Mercy and not a place you want to be. Now they've got Primal Rages coming in. They're going to lock down these doors with just Monkey Fist going through, and they're in great position to finish out this map.
They were just at a great grapple air shot there to take out Tailspin, and now C9 again getting right into that spawn door. They don't want to let EnVyUs back into this game. Reaver takes out Internet Hulk. He is going absolutely nuts right now on the top. And C9 going in. Time Little bit of salt coming out from Timo there as C9 finishes out the game, and I think that was sub 5 minutes, so C9 could be adding a whopping 3 points to their total.
Okay, look, I want to say, since Time was going to write in chat about hero limits, which I, of course, am a big proponent on, hero limits didn't make you play Roadhog on defense and then just decide that you didn't know what you wanted to do 10 seconds before the round started. That's on you and Envy. That was a completely sloppy game on defense. I'm confused about what they were doing. I kind of understood the premise, but they weren't confident in it based upon even the switching at the last moment. Cloud9 just ran over them. That map was not close at all. And Cloud9 deserves to get 3 points for that. Nothing to do with hero limits or not.
Yeah. I mean, and then it looks... I mean, just this offense they put up now, look back at the defense. They almost gave up 3 points. They ended up giving up 1 because the map did get finished out, but they were on pace to give up a gold medal time there in under 5 minutes. And yeah, I mean, that's just the definition of salt. You didn't lose because there's hero limits. You want to have that conversation at a more rational time, I'm all ears. But you lost because you didn't know what you were doing on defense for the first 5 minutes. Then maybe even when you kind of figured it out, you had 3 McCrees for 30 seconds. Yeah, I'm not buying it. And we can have the conversation about hero limits later. I understand it. You know, sometimes when something doesn't go your way, you want to blame something else. But I give just all credit to Cloud9 there. They put on a clinic.
I mean, I'm okay not seeing 4 wins to install out the card for my lifetime. Oh, yeah. I mean, personally, yes, I do agree on that point. But that is also really not why EnVyUs lost that map.
Yeah, there's a time for that conversation, and there's a time for that point to be brought up. Really bringing it up there just makes it look weak.
Well, the thing I'll say here is when it comes to Envy there too is that forget about their defense there. Realistically, they should have capped that out on their time. I mean, yes, C9 had an incredible comeback and it was a joy to watch, but Envy needed to put the foot on the throat and finish out that game hard. They had them right where they wanted them, and to quote Denny Green, they let them off the hook. So, you know, if you're an NFL fan, you should get that, but you know, either way.
Yeah, I mean,
we are going to Kings Row for map number 3 as Internet Hulk taking a quick AFK.
I think since the beginning of us casting Overwatch together, you've made NFL references, and I think I'm always the only one who gets it.
Hey, man, I mean, the NFL, it is a great sport. I definitely enjoy it. Unfortunately, it's going to be a long time till next season. We are still in May.
Hey, you know the NBA playoffs and NHL playoffs are going on right now.
That is true, and they are both amazing, and the Golden State Warriors are on the verge of getting eliminated, so that is also something in and of itself.
Oh, God. Now Twitch chat's going to be mad we're talking about sports. How dare you guys?
Well, we are waiting here to get into the third map. The third map will be Kings Row. Internet Hulk is back. Both teams, I believe, are ready, and we're going to be getting into this in just a moment.
So I'm trying to remember a score. Is it 3-5
right now in favor of C9?
Okay. It's 3-5. I'm not good at maths.
So Cloud9 going to be going on defense. Probably we're going to see similar to what we saw before. That could be Grego on the Widow, and then Reaver on Junkrat, and Surefour on the Soldier or Genji, or that could be Reaver on Widow and Grego on Soldier, and then Surefour on McCree, or they could put Surefour on Soldier, and Grego on Soldier, and Reaver on Widow, and they have a ton of different options on what they could do. I have a feeling Junkrat may come in. It has been favored by other teams. I actually don't think it has been as successful, maybe as teams have wanted it to be, than Widow, just because it's been such a staple right now. But I think that'll probably be what we see. I also think we're going to have a single support, just like we have been from Cloud9, which has bitten them in the ass a little bit. Adam has played incredible and really might be the MVP of the entire tournament for me, considering how well Cloud9 has played. But if the other team is able to isolate Adam and kill Adam because they're running this very risky single support composition, other teams have taken advantage of that.
Alrighty, we're getting in here on Kings Row. This is map number 3 in our grand finals. C9 right now leading 5 points to 3 over EnVyUs. Seen some great games here, and Kings Row, this is where EnVyUs can really make some inroads here. We've seen a lot of Earlier in the tournament, we've seen teams get a really quick time on King's Row and then shut out the other team, and that would be a great way for Envy to make up some points here. Going to be hard against a team of C9's caliber, but definitely not impossible.
We did see Envy earlier use Chipsogen on offense on Junkrat to great success, especially to breaking down the shields of mainly Reinhardt, but also Winston. And it wouldn't surprise me if they were able to do that again. They played quad DPS earlier. This is one of the only maps that Envy will play the quad DPS setup on.
I'm just really excited to see Kai on Zarya from the start. I think he's playing an excellent Zarya. It's been the best Zarya we've seen today, and we've seen a lot of it. Granted, the ults haven't been always amazing from Zarya's across the board, but she's finally in a position where she doesn't have to hit an ult just to be valuable. But Kai has played amazing, and he's going to keep people relatively safe from Taimu or Tailspin with those extra shields. And also, like, just to highlight the tank play of Cloud9, I don't know if I got a chance to say today, but watch Debit and just how he uses the shield. He is not going to take unnecessary damage, because this early part of King's Row, there's a lot of poking back and forth, and whoever shields crack first is in a really rough spot. Debit is very smart about when he uses the shield and when he conserves it.
All right, so the tech timer is on the way. Looking at the defense here, coming out from the C9 side, we're gonna have Debit on the Reinhardt, Grego on Lucio, Surefour on McCree, Kai on the defensive Zarya, Reaver looking for picks on the Widowmaker, and Adam on Mercy, and Taimu striking first blood, takes out Reaver in the Widow v Widow battle, and this is a huge deal for Envy as they move forward.
Opens things up for Tailspin to get very aggressive if he wants to come over the top. They're actually going to have to deal with... Oh my god, Chips!
Chipsogen with the triple kill. Not even a tire involved. Just good old-fashioned splash damage. Taimu with the extra cleanup. And EnVyUs is going to take point A in a very fast fashion.
Chipsogen and Taimu with all 6 kills. Chipsogen, just like their earlier game on King's Row, completely opened it up along with Taimu getting the pick on to Reaver to begin, and that is about as good as it could go for Envy to start King's Row. We did just see this on Gibraltar. The things can go really wrong at the end.
Yeah, I mean, Envy, they've had some incredible starts, but they do have to finish out the game. And C9, of course, even though they did get sort of wrecked on Gibraltar, they came back in force, so you cannot write C9 off at any point here. And look at Surefour. Surefour looking for the flank, almost has a Deadeye up. This could be absolutely huge. No one knows he's back here. He's doing his best not to make any noise, crouching as he goes forward. Tailspin right now, not having any of it, though. Knew he was up there, and Surefour had to run for his life. Meanwhile, we do have a tire coming up. Chipsogen looking to bring this over, climbing the wall, 5 seconds remaining. Oh no, it's going for Surefour. Surefour has to run for his life, and no, he's going to get exploded by the time. Meanwhile, Graviton Surge is out. This is big for the defense. Kai picks up a quad off of a well-placed Graviton Surge.
Play the game.
Kai's my boy. I mean, mostly because he's playing Zarya, and Zarya is my bae, so... Wow. But his Zarya has been phenomenal. Just the rate at which he can get charges, and then he's had the best Gravitons of the entire day.
Yeah, I mean, there were some key Gravitons along with Adam's Resonance for the reason that they were able to stall out Gibraltar for so long, and it looks like he's doing the same here on King's Row. Cloud9 did not see the second checkpoint.
Tailspin coming in over the top, has a barrage at the right. He could be dropping it here. At a moment's notice, Taimu takes out Surefour. Huge pick off here for Envy. And now if they can just land one more good ultimate, they can really turn this in their favor. Note though, Adam does have a resurrection. Might not be using his Surefour here. We'll find out in a moment. Decides to hold on to it, but Earth Shatter comes down, knocks down 2 people. Taimu with the double kill. And in the back, he takes out Adam before any resurrection can come in, getting rid of the problem. A double kill for Tailspin, and Envy is absolutely rolling right now.
Yeah, Tailspin and Taimu cleaning up what was left on the ground from that Earth Shadow. Really working well in conjunction there. He didn't have to use a resurrection. Taimu still has Deadeye up. Huge ultimate advantages here. Internet Hawk, if he gets some chip in, he's going to have Graviton up too.
Note that Taimu not switching off to Widowmaker here for the last part. He might have to do that to deal with Reaver. We're going to have to see. I would not be surprised to see the Widow switch, though, coming after his next death. He does have a Deadeye up, though. He's going to be wanting to use that first, as Reaver right now in the back, looking to take out Tailspin and stop his reign of terror.
Doing a pretty good job of hiding away from the Widow, as it's always perched on that point, most likely.
Here comes Grego. Soundbearer is out. C9 wants to push this, but Reaver runs right into Tailspin. Tailspin not having any of it, takes him out face to face. 2 quick kills here for Envy, and the tire comes in from the flank. But look at that, Adam comes in, characteristic of him, gets a huge res, and C9 is still in this. Kai could be dropping a Graviton any moment, but no, he is going to get taken out. The back and forth is unreal at the moment. Surefour, one of the last remaining C9 defenders up, moving in, no fear, takes out Coco, fans the hammer. Gonna have to back out a bit, doesn't want to take out Internet Hulk just yet. But C9 hanging in there after a very impressive offensive run by Envy.
Yeah, I'm just whispering myself, don't do it, Hulk, because he's got Graviton. He was tempted to use it defensively, but he's going to have Tailspin's Barrage up. There's going to be Earthshatter up too. They're going to have Resurrection. If they play their cards right, they can close out this map with their ultimate advantage.
Another map saved by Adam. If he doesn't get that res off, I am pretty sure Envy closes it right there.
Well,
Graviton Surge coming out, getting a huge amount of people in it. Tailspin over the top of the barrage with the follow-up. That is a 4-kill, but Adam again undoing all that dirty work. We'll see if it's enough, though. Envy's still carrying a lot of momentum in their favor. Taimu on the way in, has a Deadeye at the ready. Envy really wants to clean this out now if they can, but C9 is so persistent, doesn't want to give this up. But this might be it. I think Envy has cracked it. We're going to find out in just a second. Devin, one of the last people remaining, but hang on. Adam coming in, doesn't have a resurrection right now. Kai on top of the point, and we are in the stall phase. C9 is not going to be able to turn this back in their favor, but they can delay for a while. Reaver coming in on the Tracer, and here comes the cavalry.
I get that reference.
They are getting on top of it. They are stalling out for as long as they can. Tracer going to go down. Not as long a stall as they would have liked. The EMP bomb explodes. And yeah, that was 2 points there for EnVyUs.
Yeah, that was very critical for Cloud9 to stall out that game, at least for another 10 seconds. That allowed them to not make it gold medal time. So, big plays coming out from Cloud9. I will say that I think Tailspin has gotten the better of Reaver, even on Widow with Pharah. I mean, normally Pharah should never win that matchup, in all honesty. I mean, yes, Pharah does have Mercy with her most of the time, and that is what is allowing Pharah to be so incredible. And then the Pharah Mercy combo is one of the most standard things you're going to see in Overwatch, but more than often than not, Widow is going to headshot Pharah in the air, and then Mercy's going to have nowhere to go. But I think Tailspin has played impeccable against Reaver's Widow so far in the Winners Bracket Final and in the Grand Final.
They are running a nice little actual help to that too with the Zarya. They're throwing some allied shields on those, on the Pharah and on the Mercy, because when you're in the air like that, you're absolutely defenseless to the Widowmaker unless you have a little bit of the shield, at least to slow down the Widow, make them hesitate a little, get yourself in a better position. So running the Zarya there helps a little bit, but you're absolutely right that he should have no business being in the air against a sniper the caliber of Reaver, and Tailspin has just really brought Pharah back single-handedly, because we haven't seen a ton of Pharah for probably the last 2 months in the Overwatch meta.
Cloud9 has been running the double soldier on offense on first point Kings Row every single time. I don't expect that to change much. After they capture point A, they always go into double McCree for the most point. And then Grego will more than likely go back into Lucio. So I think it's going to be pretty much standard, and Envy, looking at their defense, is going to be running kind of similar to what they've been running this entire time. Internet Hulk is not going to go Symmetra. They are going to run 3 DPS. They're going to have Taimu on Widow and Tailspin on Junkrat. He's playing Junkrat on defense for the majority of these maps. And I think it worked out pretty well for them last time. And it's really going to be on Reaver versus Taimu once again. Who's going to get the first pick? And is Cloud9 going to be able to open up enough space with their double soldier, which they've done pretty spectacularly on this map?
Well, speaking about Taimu, looking here at the defense coming out from the side of Envy, it's going to be Tailspin on the Junkrat, Coco on Reinhardt, Harry Hook on the Lucio, Internet Hulk on the McCree, Chips on the Mercy, and Taimu rounding things out on the Widow. So again, Taimu v Reaver, we've seen it a whole ton today. We're going to see more of it. Both of these Widows fighting each other for fame, glory, and trying to win the Alienware monthly melee.
Taimu's going to have a rough go of it because Short4 and Grego are also going to try to put some damage on him too, but Tailspin takes out the problem, and Short4, Taimu follows it up and takes out Reaver. Defense taking first 2 kills early on.
Yeah, the defense absolutely showing up there, and again, we've seen good defense come out of Envy, but C9, they're nothing if not persistent. They've had really good showings here, but Envy would love nothing more than have a full hold here and keep the series even at 5-5.
Now remember the problem with the first Kings Row in the winners bracket final is that Envy played too aggressive on defense, on Kings Row, on point A, which lost them the point. They don't want to do that again, and they have been playing, I think, just a smarter approach here.
Surefour going in, able to get a reflect kill, kills Tailspin right as he dies himself. Not a bad contribution there from Surefour because again, there is no teleporter here. Chips isn't going to have a res up for a little while, and if you trade kills, attackers for defenders, it's not a bad look.
I'm surprised they're not being very aggressive now, knowing that Chips just used his res. They can try to roll in here, they can sack some kills. Here it comes, actually, so that Adam's going to have his res while Chips does not.
Oh, the tire was coming up, but Reaver not having any of it. Snipes the tire, snipes the Junkrat. Heads up play from Reaver. So he can get a little bit extra here. Chips is going to come out here. Does have the resurrection, can drop it at a moment's notice. Not dropping it just yet. There it is, going to bring up those fallen heroes. And in the back, who do we have? But Taimu looking for those pickoffs, looking to keep Envy on point A. He will get a second pickoff. And the Widows absolutely out of their mind. Taimu makes it a triple. But payload, or point-wise, we do see that C9 does have 2/3 on the point, and here comes the Dragon Blade from Surefour.
Devitt gets 3, and Kaikai's going to be able to cap the point alone by himself.
That was
Surefour deep in the back, looking to kill this Mercy. Not going to happen. Coco with the hammer to the back of the head, but his job was done. He delayed people in the back, and as a result, the payload is going to start moving here for C9.
It was funny because Harry Hook was only on the point trying to harass Devitt so he'd drop his shield in time if he get a shot on him. And he had him drop it once, Taimu missed his shot then. Taimu then got a little frustrated, came down, tried to just kind of bully Devitt off the point. Devitt dropped his Earth Shatter on all 3 of them, cleaned them up.
Yeah, Envy had a good shot of actually defending there, but Devitt was the one with a huge ult, killing all 3 and really solidifying.
No one can
Strong first push.
All right, we do see the offense here of C9 kicking in the high gear. Winston leaping in, Devitt looking to make some room, and a Graviton Surge comes out from Kaikai. I'm not sure the follow-up is there, though. The defensive sound barrier stopping it from doing anything at all. Both teams, though, still full strength, still fighting it out. We'll see who will take the edge here, but definitely so far in favor of Envy as multiple C9 members are down. About to be 4 members down. Kaikai is still fighting, but he will fall here in just a moment as well.
Well, here's the switch you predicted. Surefour and Reaver both come on to McCree. They're going to be running that double McCree through here. Kaikai does sticking on Zarya for now. We'll see. He might run a double Winston as Devitt does switch to Winston as well.
Yeah, but Taimu right now going way far up, looking for those picks, being very aggressive, and they have to respect this. Everyone's just like, look, there's Widow around the corner. It's delaying how quickly they go up, and he takes out Reaver anyways. Taimu making things happen right now for EnVyUs.
I mean, they like going this double McCree through the phase, but I don't think they've had to go up against a caliber sniper like Taimu yet so far, besides the winners bracket final. That's going to give them the most problems in the streets with that sniper himself.
Tailspin
going in, going absolutely crazy, juggling the Widow in the corner here, ends up dying to Coco, but still not too bad coming out from the offense as they roll in, and C9 now making more progress here on the payload.
They should be good here as the Chips just had to use his res and he died. If they can avoid just losing everyone in different positions, Adam should be able to bring them back to life. Surefour and Reaver are down momentarily. Here they come.
Adam using that res on just one person, but still going to be bringing up key members of the offense. Down goes Harry Hook. Reaver landing shots with McCree, and C9 now definitely with more momentum than they've had for most of the map here thus far.
Now, they're really staggered here on Envy. I don't think they're going to be able to get this checkpoint yet. They're going to have to let Cloud9 get it. And Cloud9 is running a good time right now, and it's going to be, you know, it's going to be tough for Envy to stop this. I'm expecting Taimu to try to have to shut it down as much as he can. It's going to be up to him.
Kaikai's got Graviton up. They need to plan their follow-up better than the last Graviton. Now, you can use a Deadeye, but you're going to have to negate this shield here first, so they might just be trying to crack the shield. Nope, just going to go for it.
We were coming in real quick. We do have the Graviton coming up, grabbing multiple defenders in it, but again, the sound barrier making it mostly useless. Still, though, back and forth on both sides. Kaikai still in there, was charged up, ended up going down,
Adam,
and really scrappy between both teams.
Chips died early in there. Adam stayed alive. Now the fight is clearly in Cloud9's favor. Only 2 alive for Envy, Taimu, and Chips. Taimu's going to have to carry him on their back, but they would be better served to just hold back where they are now, all the way back at point. Devitt's going to come in and put some pressure on them.
C9 now with a lot of momentum. They do have 2 Deadeyes up. This is going to let them zone out very heavily. There's Deadeye number 1. Deadeye number 2 might be coming in from Reaver in a second. Offensive Sound Bearer is out. C9 is going in for the kill, and they might just have it. Reaver landing some left clicks. Deadeye on the way, going to kill a lot of people. Just came up for the res, makes it a double. And C9 in prime position here to finish out this map and add an additional 2 points to their score.
Desperation coming out as Timeless switches to that
That's it.
Racer.
Resurrection coming in, a huge res for Adam. I can expect nothing less from him in this game, and there it is. They're going to cap things out. 2 additional points now to C9.
I mentioned this with like a lot of very good teams because DPSs are always going to get a lot of credit. And Shoreford and Reaver, they deserve credit. But Debit, Kai, Rego, and Adam have been killing it. This is the early play. This is phenomenal. He comes down, later dog.
And great, and Debit was alone on the point there. He was low and alone, and you know they tried to rush him, and that's what happens. He was able to get the point off of that, and big reason why they were able to play so well. Yeah, I totally agree with you on the support play and tank play from Cloud9. Equally as the reason why Cloud9 is so good right now.
Well, I mean, these are 2 of the better teams, and if you look at like we mentioned, the core of IDDQD, it is the core was their supports and their tanks. Their DPSs are no longer here, but this is the core of the team that went 55-0 at a certain point, and they just got new DPSs, but the supports and tanks are the same players. You can have a big impact and carry teams when you're not playing a DPS player. Whew. These are great sets. This
has been absolutely great, very back and forth.
What is our next map?
Next map, that is going to be the Choice of Envy.
Oh boy, I'm
sorry, it
reinvigorated.
doesn't even matter. There's only 1 map left. I'm losing my mind. We've been casting for too long. The Bonnie is the last map. It's like they can choose any map they want, as long as it's the Bonnie.
What's the score right now?
The score is 7-5 in favor of C9. So, going forward here, C9 can absolutely close this out if they get. Let's see, they need to put it out of reach of or to the point where Envy can't come back with 3 points to tie it up. So they're leading by 2 right now. They need to get a silver medal finish or better, and they will end the series outright and win the grand finals.
All right.
I mean, we've seen them have such a strong game on Numbani. It wouldn't surprise me if we have Double Widow coming out. We've also seen Reaver do a ton of work on Pharah, actually, and we haven't really seen him go offensive Pharah yet. That wouldn't surprise me. A big deal because they only need a silver time. I think they could also play it a little bit slower. Surefour can go on a Genji where they would have a possible automatic team wipe potential in his ultimate. I think that would probably be a smart play too. I think Double Winston is standard. I don't think we're gonna stop seeing that until a team can really make sure that is not successful. But Cloud9 has had, overwhelming success, especially on first point attacks, either the first or a second team fight to take over a point.
It's really interesting because you mentioned earlier that the offense is always on an advantage when they're attacking because they can kind of scope out the defense and they can make changes to their composition accordingly. Numbani is such a rarity in that it's not really the case for Numbani. It's almost to the point where you're going in blind on offense, not knowing what the defense has set up, not knowing what the composition is, and you're way too far away to go back and change. You kind of have just to roll with whatever you're coming out of offense on first. That you might be running into a Bastion and a Torb on defense. You have no idea. You might be running into a Widow and a 76, which requires a completely different response.
Well, we have seen Bastion and Torb defenses from several teams on here, and either or even both wouldn't completely surprise me.
Right.
I think Torb is probably the more favored one of the two, at least for the EnVyUs side. I think Taimugo and Widow will be standard unless they can't figure out what they're doing. He's going to come out with Roadhog and then go back to spawn 10 seconds left and then not defend the map. But I think that'll probably be pretty standard. I could see Tailspin staying on the McCree or Soldier, and then I think Internet Hulk will be a third DPS, even if they wanted to go Symmetra on Harry. But I mean, Symmetra has been so risky lately on this map
Yes.
She's been a little bit more standard on Hollywood, but probably has fallen out of favor here just because the teleporter is either easier to find because of the amount of flanking routes, or it's just you're gonna have to put it too far away for it to be extremely effective comparatively to where the defensive spawn is. So I think Mercy and Lucio will be standard unless EnVy really wants to try to play, because they have to stall out for as much time as possible. Maybe they will go for a something else.
The key is for EnVy, of course, is that they do need to have a good defense. The best chance for them of forcing another King of the Hill tiebreaker is if they can go into this map and if they can have a full hold. Their best odds of doing that probably on point A. When teams full hold on the Bonnie, it usually happens there. It doesn't usually happen that a team will get a hold beyond point A. Usually if you get past point A, it's all but certain that you will cap out the map. Now, we have seen good holds in the past, don't get me wrong, but just it's more likely than not if you cap point A, you're going to go all the way.
I think Internet Hold going Winston has actually been pretty effective against Reaver and his Widow, and even doing a decent job against Cloud9's Winston. So I think that actually might be an okay pick there for me from coming out of EnVy instead of having him play another DPS.
But it looks like EnVy is going to load on full-on defense. Now, one thing I will note is, they are not running a Lucio, unfortunately, because the one thing we haven't seen today is any boops from a Lucio off a cliff. And Numbani does have this nice area where you can boop some people off the cliff. It'd be nice to really cap the day off with that. But however, Harry Hook, who generally runs the Lucio for EnVy, is going to be on a Symmetra. It's going to be crucial that he gets a teleporter up. He's going to have time to do so. Hulk is going to be running on the Soldier 76. He'll be holding down one of these ledges up here. Taimu will also be up here on his sniper, holding down this distance ledge. Tailspin, probably locked on the right side with his Junkrat. Coco's going to set up on a Torbjorn. Chip's going to keep everyone alive on Mercy.
I think Surefour going Genji here is the right move, especially because they only need a certain time to end the series and to claim the championship right now, that they can allow him to continue to get his ult and then have such a good chance of wiping entire team fights and having just good enough time to make sure that they win.
Just to clarify that for everyone just tuning in, we're running a medal system, timing system, etc. All you really need to know is that if Cloud9 finishes this map on offense in less than 7 minutes, they have won. It is mathematically impossible then for EnVyUs to come back, and that is the end. They will be champions of the Alienware Monthly Melee.
All right, and speaking of C9 looking at their team as they move forward, it's going to be Grego on the Lucio, Surefour on the Genji, Reaver on the Widowmaker, Devin and Kai on the pair of Winstons, and Adam riding things out on a Mercy, and Taimu going to take out Reaver immediately. The Widow battle starts early.
That's really tough. Now they can't really put Surefour in, because what's Surefour going to do? Go and take down the turret, and then what? There's no big deal. They have to wait for Reaver to come back up.
Yeah, and of course, Torbjorn on this point, very, very effective. We've seen EnVyUs use it before. It's gotten way too much value. Torbjorn, not a bad pick here at all. Aardvark sometimes pays off as Taimu able to pick off Kai. And Taimu right now definitely acting as a problem, but here comes Surefour, getting in deep, almost has a Dragon Blade, trying to take out the Torb and others in the backline. Not getting it just yet, but even though a lot of the C9 offense is dying, they're still applying a bit of pressure here, and they're going to have good ult soon.
Yeah,
that was actually pretty solid defense from EnVy.
It was.
Yeah. The next push is going to be the important push, because Adam should have a Resurrection up and available, and we've seen how much he can change games. They, I think, are going to try to dive Chips here. They're going to set Debit and Kai on either the left side or just right up Main Street. They're going to look for that medic, take down Chips.
Huge pick from Taimu, because Surefour has Genji ult. Now they have to wait, I think, for Surefour to get there. That just continues to allow time to Harry Hook to get his teleporter. And if he's allowed to get teleporter, it's going to become a problem for Cloud9. They want to win this team fight before he gets that.
And C9 did in fact wait for Surefour. Surefour is back up. He almost goes down again. Was trying the reflect bait there. Ended up eating a bullet instead. Will fully heal up. Does have the Dragon Blade. And here comes C9. Speed boost is out. They are going in. Dragon Blade should be coming out any moment. Symmetra in a whole lot of trouble. Symmetra did get her teleporter up though. Now, will she stay in the fight? Will she run out? We're going to find out in a moment. 2 quick kills though from the defense. Taimu again being absolutely devastating. Here comes Surefour with the Dragon Blade. Gets 1 kill.
Chips.
Looking for more. No resurrection. Will be coming in. Looking to get the Symmetra, and he got that as well. Triple kill for Surefour.
He gets 3, and he gets the Mercy. Adam, again, as we said, all series able to get another res. Taimu kills Reaver. Again, no Taimu's won the Widow battle against the entire map so far. It's the only reason that Envy's able to stay in it. Taimu again getting more kills, finally able to get taken down, and now Cloud9 should have a pretty good opportunity to capture point.
C9 is scoring this point. Harry Hook is on the way back. He's going to put his teleporter up. Chips with the resurrection. Really EnVyUs not giving this up just yet, but C9 getting on top with both Winstons. Teleporter is down. Envy can still pull this back, maybe, depending on how this teleporter plays out if they stand the point. This is not over yet for Envy as they're fighting, but C9 with a whole bunch of kills, trying to make it that way. Every single person on Envy is wiped out. And they're gonna get this teleporter or no, in fact.
The early initiation looks very strange. Kai and Devin both went in at kind of different angles, but what they were doing is scouting. They were trying to find where Chips was and know where he is, and they also baited him to get off of that cliff away from the Junkrat. Chips had to go to the right ledge. Once that was called out and they had eyes on him, then that's when Shore4 ulted, got his Dragon Blade up, killed Chips, and that's what they were waiting for. Then Adam came out of the shadows, came in to resurrect him. That was their plan the entire time, executed very well.
I think the Symmetra pick is still a little bit weird here, just because of how far away you have to put the teleporter.
Yeah.
I mean, with the teleporter is, you have to go up the stairs and go all the way around, and it seems like by that time, if offense is controlling point A, all they have to do is control the doorway to that choke point. There's not much that they need to do.
Here comes Shore4 coming in with the Dragon Blade. Not quite the best position, but still going to get some kills. Takes out Taimu. Not going to get much else, but do you need to get much else? Tailspin, a little bit of revenge, able to take him out. Still back and forth on both sides. Resurrections are out as Winstons are fighting in a corridor. Who knows who's going to come out top, but it's looking like it's going to be C9. Shore4 getting 2 extra kills towards the end.
Chips fell off a cliff. Grego and Reaver almost have their ultimates up. Adam, of course, Resurrection's going to be up shortly. Debit getting there as well. Kai also does. They have a huge ultimate advantage. They really just want to get some poking here until the car comes around the corner, and then they're going to try to initiate over the edge.
Cloud9 has 3 minutes and 40 seconds to win this game, win the series, and win the tournament. Envy has to stall out long with that, of course, next map.
Kai coming in with the Primal Rage, trying to do his part to end this for C9. Reaver in the back does get a pickoff. C9, they feel it. They feel victory in their grasp. Reaver able to take out Chips. He is absolutely destroying in the back. Does have McCree in his face. Will be able to get the McCree pickoff. Looking for it. Misses again. And Taimu being very evasive, ends up going down in the end, but did make Reaver work for it, as both teams really fighting it out on the cart, but C9 definitely with the momentum right now.
Yeah, it's really just Tailspin up right now. Tailspin Harry. Taimu just spawned. Tailspin's going to maybe try to get a Deadeye going here, but they're going to get pressured immediately by the double scientists on Cloud9. They're at the gates.
Cloud9
yeah, they're on the
pushing
gates. They're stopping them from getting out. Look at the payload. The payload's moving all this, and Reaver is ready to shoot anyone who actually gets out. There is a defensive sound barrier out, but they need to get directly on the payload, and they're not able to do it. C9 will be your repeat champions here in the Alienware Monthly Melee.
Debit with incredible spawn camping with Winston ult right in front of the doorway. Doesn't let any of Envy get out to try to capture the point. Cloud9 played an incredible map, incredible series, and a great tournament.
This is what it was. They found Mercy. They get the pick on it. That was exactly what they were looking for with this setup. That's why they're sending people into weird directions. He gets the kills there. That's what set up that first point, and that's just a marvelous plan executed perfectly.
Yeah, Shore4 did what he needed to do. I think going at Genji, as mentioned before, was the right decision to make. And then the rest of the map, Envy was just never able to get a set defense up. And I even think that was with Taimu winning the Widow battle against Reaver. So yeah, if Reaver had even won 50-50 or had gotten the advantage, I think the map would have ended even faster than it did.
Yeah, and honestly, just great play coming from both teams. C9 a little bit ahead here today. I was entertained the entire way through. The winners finals, of course, was awesome, but the grand finals not disappointing either. Going all the way to the 4th map. Congratulations to C9, but big props to Envy for their play here today as well. And thank you, of course, to all the viewers watching here today. It has been an absolute pleasure to cast this. Things went a little bit longer than expected, but we did get some great Overwatch out of the process.
I think you should offer the option to Cloud9 if they want the winners interview or not.
I will offer it to them, but I think for them, they just want to go do other things right now.
Well, let's see. They won. They played great all tournament. They were the favorites going in. Right. It's only 11:25 over there at the NVIDIA headquarters.
They have coffee. They already been touting their coffee prowess over the NVIDIA headquarters. I mean, I'm thrilled that EnVyUs is in the region and is going to hopefully be playing against Cloud9, because the winners bracket ZP mentioned was also very entertaining, which was also EnVyUs versus Cloud9. So I'm glad that these guys from IDDQD, which I watch in the European region forever, have found a home in NA. They've added Taimu, added Tailspin. They look great. Those were some of the best sets I've seen in competitive Overwatch, which, you know, some people are saying, what do you mean? It's only been out 2 days. Well, we've been doing competitive Overwatch for quite a while. Those were amazing sets, and I'm looking forward to just watching these two teams battle it out for a long time.
Okay,
right,
ZP.
so I got no response from Kai, but Adam is saying sure, so
Yes, Kai
he's going to have to add me here. And...
Get Adam.
No, what Kai said is that the entire team is going to do it because they're all.
Oh yeah, they're all on LAN. Why not?
Yeah.
Yes. For me, as amazing as I think Surefour this really was his tournament, that he played so well, as many picks as Reaver got on Widow and his McCree play, really Surefour held it down on McCree and some sick plays with Genji. Adam really is my MVP of the entire tournament. I think he kept Cloud9 alive so many times, so many clutch reses, so many huge reses, so many opportunities that he used boosts on ultimates, and he just was pretty much perfect besides 1 or 2 games this entire tournament. I think he really, to me, is can show that a Mercy and a support player can be MVP of not just games, but really of entire tournament.
All right, guys, so we are not only getting the winner's interview, because all of C9 is boot camping at NVIDIA headquarters, they're going to get on camera. All of C9 is going to be on camera here for this, so this is going to be something new. I'm excited. So we're just going to sit here and hang out while they install Skype and all the rest.
Yeah, I mean, for those new to Overwatch, Cloud9 has been a dominant team for a while, so get ready to see them for a while. They're going to be at the top of the scene. And, you know, it's so interesting you talk about Adam being the MVP of this tournament on his Mercy. Back when Double Orb was like a very prominent meta, for those who are new, again, it was very Zenyatta-based. Zenyatta, Symmetras, and Genjis and Tracers. Adam just was probably one of the best parts of their team, even when they were running that as well. So... yes, Surefour got a lot of the accolades because his Genji play was great, but Adam played super safe as Zenyatta. He was unkillable as a hero with 0 mobility and 150 health. It was just impressive to see. So Adam has been putting on shows and great demonstration of support for a while. Mercy really lets him shine because not only is he able to bring his team back to life, but he's elusive in a way that other Mercies aren't. He's smart with his plays. He's smart with his reses. And I could not agree with you more that he's the MVP of the tournament, although I do love to give some credit to the tanks on Cloud9 as well.
I mean, C9, the thing about that makes C9 good, the thing that makes EnVyUs good, and really most of your top teams, is that they don't have a whole lot of weaknesses. And I mean, you look at all the facets of play, it was a joy to watch. It was a joy to watch the tanks fight each other. It was a joy to watch all the Widow battles. And just, I mean, even though we did get a lot of McCree, we saw 4 Cowboys on the field more often than not. Still, watching the interplay between your Surefours, your Tailspins, all the rest, it was great.
Well, I mean, the thing is, and we mentioned about IDDQD when they were on their run, that there is no weak spot on that team. And EnVyUs is mostly IDDQD plus Tailspin and Taimu. So there's no weakness across their roster either. Their support play and their tank play is exceptional. So what you're seeing in Overwatch is you cannot have a weak spot on your team. Everyone has to be very good at what they do. And it is such a team-oriented game based on the fact that all of these players on these top 2 teams in their region at the very least, and perhaps in the world, just don't have a weak spot. All the tanks are good. All the supports are good. You could rave about any single one of them and not be wrong. Tonight, it seemed like it was definitely Adam's night.
Alrighty, we are getting